Hello, welcome to MONOGAMISH. I have been very busy. I've been trying out a lot of new things, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get more stuff posted regularly. But don't worry, I will get there. I'm still learning this whole thing, and I have been rapidly developing a lot of new techniques and a lot of new material. Today I'm trying out my new camera system, which is still in the developmental stages in here. There's so much to learn about this stuff. It's so interesting. This one is a DJI Osmo Pocket 4. Interesting if you know about those. The 4 isn't technically available in the United States yet. So I'm working on a lot of different camera stuff. I've also switched over to a new editing system that has really been what's bogging me down. Learning this new system and building it. I'm using DaVinci Resolve to do a much higher quality editing, and that's ultimately where this is all going. Much higher quality production that I'm building in with new cameras, new drones, new editing flow. So, and there's going to be a lot more new kind of scenes, right? I hope to be doing some more work, outside of the studio, outside of the Porsche, other vehicles, drone footage, road footage, and action hiking footage or action skiing footage when the wintertime comes. All of that is stuff that I'm working on incorporating into these videos. And I know you say, well, what does all this have to do with the red pill, black pill, white pill content that I'm actually making based on my book Monogamish, which is a theory of modern relationships. All modern relationships in today's monogamish matriarchy. Well, that's an interesting question. I believe the answer to it mostly is that I am not only promoting a red pill concept. Red pill gives you red pill rage. That's a natural consequence of red pill. I've talked about this before. Red pill is awareness. Red pill is knowledge of the truth. If you remember The Matrix, red pill is a tough pill to swallow. And there was a guy in the movie The Matrix, his name slips me right now, but he wanted to go back in, and he made a deal with the bad guys, eating that steak. Yeah, that guy's a great character. He wanted to go back in because, the red pill just made him miserable. And it can definitely do that. It can definitely, and a lot of people become very miserable. Well, this is what I call the loneliness epidemic. As you see right now, what we have is a loneliness epidemic where people are getting red pilled en masse. That's the current state of the red pill right now. Even the blue pill people are getting red pilled. but it just creates a, what the fuck, is happening here? How can we fix it? Kind of, and then you bang your head up against the black pill, which is that we can't actually really fix it. And this is the dilemma, right? And so that's why I believe that it's a progression. You progress. And the final stage of that progression is what I call surrender. Surrender is a really key concept. Surrender is the point at which you fully accept black pill. You fully accept the situation as it is. And at the same time, you have the hope of faith. That is white pill. So that is my main focus, is on the full surrender combined with the hope of faith. Acceptance plus hope equals surrender. This is a deep wisdom. And that is the direction that I am trying to lead people through this dystopian future that we're in. And so all the different filming techniques, all the things that I'm learning is me putting my passion into my ultimate passion, which is getting this message out to you. And so what I am claiming is to white pill sell this concept that I call surviving and thriving in the loneliness epidemic dystopian future that is here now. Surviving and thriving is the solution. It's beyond a cope. Beyond a cope. It's moving out of storing up our treasures on this world into storing up our treasures in heaven instead. And so that's why I want to capture the essence of that also in my production to you. And I wanted to briefly talk about a guy who I think, this guy, he somewhat symbolizes what I'm trying to tell you right now. His name is Matt Brown, or was. Yeah. Maybe you've heard of him, Matt Brown. Matt Brown was from the show Alaskan Bush People. And he was the oldest son out of all those kids that grew up on the bush, in the bush, on that show, with their parents, his dad and his mom. And Matt, I'm that guy in some ways. I really relate to Matt Brown, and I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest out of I lost count. I think it's 23 grandchildren in the family that I came from, that I grew up in here in Seattle. And so I have this, what the oldest has. The oldest has this weight of responsibility. And Matt had that. And also, Matt had another thing, which is he kind of went his own way. Matt was definitely a MGTOW. And that's I don't know if that's a common feature of the oldest, but there's kind of this this weight that you carry, and there's this black sheep I like the wolf. Maybe it's a black wolf, maybe it's a white wolf. But yeah, he was an alcoholic, and he struggled with his, you know, with that particular demon. I call that a demon. And you know, he had recovery. He did. He had a YouTube channel. It's a great channel. And he did this. He did what I'm talking about. He had his white pill that he was trying to share. And a lot of that was his peace that he found in the wilderness. A lot of us do. And he was a very gentle soul. He really was. If you follow him, he really was. But also a very masculine. Very much forging his own path. It's a very masculine thing to do. And Matt got wrecked. I don't know if he got wrecked as many times as me, but he got wrecked a lot. And he never had a family. And he did. He got with one woman who was in a lot of his videos, and she had kids, apparently, and he took those on as his own, like a lot of us do. He never had his own, but he was doing it with her. And I don't know the whole story, but recently that shit went sideways. And Matt got wrecked. And Matt relapsed. And she was apparently seeing somebody else too. And there was a lot. Matt was very loved. There was a lot of people reached out to him. But I believe that demon got a hold of him, and he ended up taking his own life. This is I'm not sure the exact date. It was sometime around the end of May. And this was very close to me. I'm surprised that I and I look at this stuff now and I'm like, God, I wish I would have got to know that guy, you know. I just really started catching up with him recently, you know, with this whole situation. I was following his brother, Noah, and his other brother, I forget his name, but I was more following them, especially Noah. Noah was of particular interest to me too, because he was married and he got wrecked. And he's, been struggling with that himself. And that's on his channel. You can see all that. These guys are on, and my heart reaches out to all of them. They're good people. Christian men that are trying to find their way in this world. And that demon got a hold of Matt and took him down. And unfortunately, this is the reality of what we call the loneliness epidemic. It happens with men, it happens with women. I've known a lot of them. Unlike Matt, I have remained sober. I too, like I was saying, the oldest had that alcoholism, and I've been sober for 30 years now. And the thing that has, made the difference for me has been my faith. And I know that's true with Noah and a lot of others. That's the real difference maker here. And I know that Matt had faith too. And sometimes that you can have faith and that demon can still get to you. And that doesn't mean that Matt didn't, fully love and surrender to God. But the demon got the better of him at that particular moment. I'm kind of going the wrong way here because I'm kind of doing more than just driving down a highway. So that's something I've been reflecting on, and I wanted to mention that. I feel very similar to Matt in his struggles, and I know those struggles, and I know that there's millions of men and women out there having those same struggles today. And Matt was recording a lot of other stuff, and so yeah, I wanted to mention that. I've been busy besides developing my new workflow, developing my new skills with editing in DaVinci Resolve, and other things. We have the World Cup is coming here to Seattle right now, and recent development that I've been, working on and following is Mark Zuckerberg. He has his super yacht that was just built a couple years ago, and it's pretty much brand new, called the Launchpad. And the follow ship is called Wingman. And those are here in Seattle. And it's been pretty interesting. That's been quite a little saga. And I've been following them. And I've got another channel that I've started. I haven't posted anything on it yet, but I will start to very soon here. It is called The Vertical Coast, and that is going to be more specifically for content that's wilderness travel related type stuff. And so I've been perfecting my drone skills, and with this boat, the super yacht, it's amazing. This thing is amazing. I've been really filming a lot in Seattle, in Lake Union. I love Lake Union. Is where all the Alaskan fishing fleet is, and all the houseboats. And you've seen some of footage from Lake Union in some of my previous videos, especially the houseboats. But from Sleepless in Seattle. So the super yacht, it went in there first, and I got footage of that, but it's kind of dark, and I'm going to put all this on my other channel. And then the people were throwing tomatoes at it and putting signs out there. It was right, off the parked right up in close to downtown Seattle, and everybody found out about it right away. And so yeah, it kind of got a lot of attention, and the Facebook or Meta, yeah, they laid off like 1,500 people, I'm not sure, and right at the same time that the super yacht is coming in here, And so they had to move it. They moved it first out to Elliott Bay, kind of north a little bit, a little hidey hole they found up there where it couldn't get reached. I got some really good footage of that, and I'm editing this stuff right now, and I mean, close up, interesting stuff, and then, believe it or not, that wasn't working either. So now they're up in Everett, and they're up at the Navy base. This thing is huge. I mean, it's as big as a Navy warship. And so I've been trying to get the drone out there to that, but the problem is the wind has been too high, and I don't want to lose my new nice drone that is paid for by the channel. Right? That the channel hasn't made any money yet, but it will. And so I'm building all this stuff, but yeah, I'm just a little leery of sending that, and not to mention it's behind the Navy base, so you can't fly in the Navy base. So I have taken it out there and right at the edge of where you can actually fly, and it was too windy, and it's a little stormy out right now. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'm working on it. I'm tracking the progress as he moves. I think I have a feeling they're going to stay here for a while, because it's a really, this spot where he's at, you really can't get to it very easily, because it's behind the Navy boats, which is a no-fly zone, and the wind being up, you can't just get right out there, and you can't fly a drone through the Navy base. So there's this huge area that's blocked out. But I'm working on that, and that stuff is going to be on my other channel, which is not really related to the actual Monogamish, but a lot of the footage I'm putting into my Monogamish videos too, right? You see, so this is how all this stuff is working together. And Matt Brown, he just had his, he didn't write a book like me. I really believe that this book is really going to be a very foundational book on where we are today in the modern world. I've come up, and I'll leave you with this. I've part of the nature of this book and the name of it, the name of the channel, all of that, Monogamish, is that we don't really know how to explain what's happening today. Well, I have explained it all in this book, a full textbook that summarizes how we got here and what it is. But the word monogamish is a word that will describe all modern relationships, and that's at the core of this thing, this thing that we haven't really come to grips with yet. The whole world is trying to come to grips with this, is that we are in an era where the nature of relationships has been transformed and wrecked through the process of transferring power from the men to the women. And the relationships now are no longer patriarchal, they're matriarchal. And as a result of that, we no longer have monogamy, we have monogamish. And that is a word that describes the full condition of modern relationships. And I have pinpointed the exact nature of the monogamish cycle in my book. And that's really what I'm working feverishly on, trying to get that into print and available for all you. And all of this channel and everything that I'm doing is kind of front running this whole thing that is in the process of coming out for everybody to be able to access. So yeah, that's enough for today, and trying out this new camera here. I know it's kind of a low light situation right now. We'll see how that works out. I think this camera is going to be really good. I have some more modifications to do with it, but this is the first ever recording with this new Osmo Pocket 4. And I got some other stuff coming too, other new technology that I'm incorporating too. So thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Subscribe to this channel, comment on the videos, and subscribe to my other channel also, where you're going to see the posting of these full videos, including the following of the launch pad and wingman here in Seattle during the World Cup. All of the details on that, all of the wilderness exploration stuff that I'm doing will all be on that channel. And so follow that channel. It's called The Vertical North, or I'm sorry, it's called The Vertical Coast, Edge of the North. I know it's a little bit of a mouthful, but it's something that I came up with that's kind of encapsulating the whole thing that I'm doing from Oregon coast up to Alaskan coast, which is where I'm, living my best life, which I think is the closest place to heaven on earth that there is, although there's a lot of beautiful places on the earth. The earth is just magnificent, magnificent, God's green earth. But yeah, follow that channel. There's not even any videos on it yet, but there will be. I will be posting several videos on there. The vertical coast, the vertical coast, edge of the north. That's me also. Peace out. See you soon.